Welcome to the SMAGcast, the anti-swag. I'm Kevin. I am the orchestrator of the madness. With me are, let's go around, Mike.
I'm Mike, and I'm covered in smag.
God.
I am Warren, and I am also Calypse, or Calypse.
You don't even know how
say that.
You don't even know how to say your own damn.
It's just a configuration of letters.
I always say it calypse.
That's called a word.
Yeah. It's like the masculine of calypso.
Well, there's no reason. This is the first time there's ever been a reason to say it out loud.
I always say
of the word.
You see, that's a funny thing. Me and Kit always refer to your account as calypse. So,
Oh, hi, I'm Paul.
Paul's gonna make monkey noises. Yeah.
Hello, Paul.
Hi, I'm Paul, and I'm an alcoholic. No,
I can make fart noises with my hands.
and that's gonna look great on a job application.
We're in the top 25 already.
Yeah.
So,
We were talking about bronies.
no, what we were talking about is the guy who is engaged to Twilight Sparkle.
Oh, yeah, I read about that.
Yeah.
And he got all pissed off at some guy on DeviantArt because he was making clop porn.
Yeah.
Of Twilight Sparkle.
Yeah.
I went there and I looked at it and I was like, okay, after a couple of pages, I was like, well, I don't see any porn, so I left.
You clapped my wife.
Yeah.
You clapped my wife.
Of course I clapped you. I am your wife. Yeah, I clapped your wife. Yeah.
Okay.
No, but the funny thing is, I read the. Did you read the actual letter he sent?
I read part of it. It's really well written.
But he says he's in a monogamous, committed relationship
With a fictional
with his plush
horse
doll.
Yeah, he's a
from a
plushie.
children's show. And he's found a church that will perform the ceremony.
Catholics will do anything for money.
Yeah.
It doesn't say in the Bible you can't marry a plush doll.
It does say you can't. Well, that's because they didn't have plush dolls back then. I'm sure.
And it's
they had.
heterosexual.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I
They don't
guess.
care about anything else, then, do they?
Yeah.
As long as it's not a boy horse.
Yeah. It's not really bestiality if it's stuffed.
Well, I think technically she doesn't have any lady parts.
I'm sure he's got an X-Acto knife.
You know, I thought he would just get that one. Didn't somebody make stuffed ponies with holes in
Well,
them?
there was one infamous one that came up that had a cavity that.
You could put your weed in it.
But it was
sticky.
It was one of the background characters. So it was like a lime green colored, but it had a pink.
It was Derpy boobs, didn't it?
Orifice.
No,
No,
it was-
Derpy's gray.
But
I wouldn't know that from firsthand.
but yeah, they went to the trouble of actually making it pink inside too. So.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it just big enough to stick like a fleshlight
Yes.
in? Okay, that's what I was afraid of.
Found this interesting. I read last night. Sikhs, the guys we saw that music video of last week.
Yeah.
Great.
They, by their
biker
religion, they have a rule that to protect the innocent, all males must be armed,
And that is why
usually in the form of a knife.
and that is why the Sikh are the coolest religion in the world.
But it actually says to protect the innocent in their,
So they're all
Scripture.
like consecrated superheroes.
Yeah,
They're
basically.
ninjas waiting to
It's
happen.
a religion of Batman.
But the only reason I found
The
out is
Church of the
because
Ring.
there's a Sikh in California who's using that as grounds to challenge their gun laws, saying that some of their
against the
current,
religion.
they're just passed, even more draconian, like 10-round magazine laws are hindering him from performing his religious duties.
Does he only save people if there's 11 or more bad guys?
I guess, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, you can only have a 10-round clip. But there's 11 bad guys at every time.
But then again,
I think usually there's only one bad guy and he gets all 11 bullets.
yeah.
Warren's the only one of us, I think, right now with Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah, I just bought it. I was playing Spec Ops The Line, which I think was made for... It was made to, like, trick people who like Call of Duty into playing something with a deeper plot. But since I hate Call of Duty, after like 20 minutes, I was like, this isn't going to work. So I logged off and spent like 70% of my bank account on Bioshock Infinite.
So tell us a little about that and your thoughts on that character. What's her name? Elizabeth?
Elizabeth, yeah. It's good. Like it's a lot. I mean, the writing compared to the current competition is really good. It's not. I haven't hit a lot of hooks, you know. Like I haven't gotten addicted to it. Like I get addicted to a lot of games, like
Skyrim.
Yeah, like Skyrim, you can just play and play and play and play and play. And
I've never played the same game twice.
And you start eyeing your socks instead of, you know. But this, I play for a little while, and I'm like, well, time to do something else. And I don't you know, if you ask me, is it a good game? I'm like, yeah, it's a great game, but it doesn't.
It's not cracked.
Yeah, it's not cracked. I don't quite understand that.
Yeah.
I think the thing that drives me crazy is, they managed to make it a gameplay element. You can't quick save. It's all checkpoint based. There's a lot of small choices you have to make, and if you make one that you don't like, you can't just immediately reload. You know,
yeah,
you just have to deal with it.
Keeps you from save scumming, I guess.
Like Paul, when he went to go put mail in the mailbox.
Well, okay, it said stamped and metered, and I didn't know what metered meant at the time. So I'm standing there in like midnight in the abandoned. Well, it wasn't abandoned, but you know, there's nobody there. Post office.
Desolate.
Desolate post office in Clinton. And I was like, which one do I put it in? And then I thought, well, I'll just save it. And if it's wrong, oh, wait, this is real life. So,
what is metered? That's the stuff where it's already got a prepaid postal
Can't you
rate
like buy a machine or rent a machine?
Yeah.
If you run like an office or something.
Yeah. I love your dad's system, which is, how much is that one weigh? Okay, I'm going to put like 4 stamps on it. That's going to cover it, right? Sure, boss. Why not?
I also had a thing the other day, which I've already told you, but you know, maybe people will find this interesting. There's a bunch of stuff on Facebook about Mr. Rogers because it was his birthday.
Yeah.
And I was like, I haven't watched Mr. Rogers in years.
This is Paul talking, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched Mr. Rogers in years, so I went on YouTube and I found a whole episode. Actually, there's a few, but I just started watching one. Anyway, he's putting the terrain on the table.
Terrain? Yeah. The models of the neighborhood of make-believe.
Yeah, the models of the neighborhood. Yeah, but I play Warhammer 40,000, so it's terrain. Yeah.
You should get those. You should make those.
Yeah.
And then play Warhammer.
In Mr. Rogers'
and the land of make-believe.
But you were saying you're watching a...
Yeah, he's pulling all the stuff off the shelf. And he gets to the clock, and he's like, hey, we got to put the clock up. Who lifts on the clock? Without missing a beat, I said out loud, Daniel Tiger. Because even at 38, I still have to answer Mr. Rogers out loud.
Well, you know, the bad thing is after you said that, I was like, I'm not going to pull some stupid crap like that, but I'm going to watch Mr. Rogers. I went in to watch, you know, I go on YouTube, look up an episode. It's the one where he goes to show how film is developed from cameras, which, cameras used to have film in them.
Which is this strange
material that...
paper-like, plasticky material with
chemicals on it.
Cellophane.
Celluloid.
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 Well,
but
same.
Anyway, point is...
difference.
You know, the piano music starts and the camera's moving through the little model of the real quote-unquote neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And it gets to, you know, as soon as the door opened and Mr. Rogers stepped in, I just started grinning. Mm-hmm. I was like,
hey, Mr. Rogers is on.
What am I doing? I'm going to be 37 and I'm excited that Mr. Rogers came in.
Yeah.
Oh no, North Korea declares a state of war.
Well, I guess Hawkeye's going back over.
You know, here's the thing. I am concerned with, like, the amount of damage a group of psychotic people with no regard for human life. You know, I'm worried what they can do in a short period of time. But I'm also confident that we can turn them into paste within a matter of days. So.
I think it's illegal to shoot Congress.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant...
the North Koreans.
Yeah. I meant Kim Jong-un. And,
yeah.
Boy, I hope he's not listening to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see the missile attack thing?
Are you
Yeah, their map.
Yeah, the map.
Oh,
why,
yeah.
Why is he attacking Atlanta?
I think he's got a beef with Ted Turner.
No, I
He's
think
still
it's
pissed
I think it's
WCW.
Dragon Con.
Yeah, I think it's Dragon Con.
No, I think he's still pissed they canceled WCW on
It's a
TV.
conspiracy to keep you from going.
Yeah.
Because they know there's not going to be a hurricane this year.
Yeah. Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah.
I'm tired of missing Dragon Con for hurricanes.
But no, it's, of course, it's just all posturing. Hopefully they're not stupid enough to actually do anything.
Well, it's funny. I read like a quote, and they talk like supervillains.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was like, "We will close this without mercy," and I was like, "Who the fuck talks like that?
I know.
Cobra Commander.
What diplomatic persona
We're going
considers
to bomb
without
Seoul.
mercy a reasonable step?"
Destro, bring out the Weather Dominator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That's what it's like.
Dominator online.
That's what North Korea is. They're Cobra.
Yeah. Hey, y'all ever... How long did it take y'all to realize that Destro wasn't wearing an orange shirt under that vest and it was supposed to be his bare chest?
I never had that problem.
I never had that problem.
It just dawned on me one day. I was like, okay, you just became like 3 times more creepy than you were when I was a kid.
that's supposed to be his chest.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
his bare chest with that necklace hanging down. He's so 70s with that open
he's
shirt
wearing like
with
a
the foam
jumpsuit.
thing. That's open down to the navel with a metal mask on. That dude came straight out of Studio 50. What was it? It was Studio 54. Right?
54.
Yeah, Studio 54.
Yeah, that's like some freaky sex outfit.
Well, look at his girlfriend.
Yeah.
She calls herself the Baroness and speaks with a fake German accent.
Yeah, she's pretty hot, though.
This will be a fetish one day.
Well, I don't know. It's probably the other way around. It's probably the launched a million.
Yeah, kind of like Chitara
Tiny
launched
boners.
a million furries.
I can't blame Thundercats for furries. It's more of Bugs Bunny cross-dressing.
Oh, let's not even go there.
He's not without some lube.
So Austin is going, and don't you ever say that again.
Okay.
Austin is going to see G.I. Joe
It's probably there already.
Retaliation tonight.
What?
Austin.
That's a movie?
That's
the new one?
just
Where they
came
actually
out.
changed the costumes to look like they're supposed to look. Cobra Commander's got like the metal mask and the stuff.
I was looking at the posters from the first one, and the Baroness is doing the look at my butt pose.
Mm-hmm.
And who was it? Lady
Scarlet.
Scarlet
Gaga.
is very carefully Photoshop lit to show off her boobs. So I'm like, what does that mean? What's the symbolism there? Like the bad girl is ready for sex, and the good girl is all matronly with big old...
I don't know. I want to see it, but I don't want to pay for it.
No.
So I'm going to wait till it's on Netflix like I did with the first one and I watched it. I was like, wow.
I just read a little thing that says that G.I. Joe Transformers crossover movie is a possibility.
Well, we're doomed.
Yep. Michael Bay, probably.
No, he's too busy raping the Ninja Turtles right now.
Oh, God.
You heard who's been cast as April O'Neil, right?
Yeah.
Megan Fox.
Yeah, okay.
Because that makes... even Peter Laird is like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, if they really wanted to get it right, they'd put a blonde wig on Christina Hendricks.
So going back to this
God.
Destro thing, so what? He just used a lot of bronzer or something?
Yeah,
That's
pretty
a
much.
very unnatural
Show me.
color.
April was a brunette.
Yeah.
No,
No,
April was a redhead. Redhead or brunette.
She was that
depends.
red brunette.
Orange. She was an orange head.
Yeah, she was an animated hair color.
She kind of had, what's her name's hair?
Oh,
Molly Ringwald?
She had that thing going
Yeah.
on.
yeah.
Great. Now I've got that song, Don't You Forget About
Don't
Me. stuck in-
you
You keep it stuck in your head.
think about me.
On
Yeah.
the inside.
Hey, don't sing too much. We'll have copyright laws.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Don't sing for more than 20 seconds.
It's a good thing he was
it's
down to
15.
like 3 or 4.
I noticed something last time I watched Star Wars. Obi-Wan says, the original Star Wars, by the way.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan says, the Force will be with you always. Which I think is way cooler than may the
Metaphor.
Force be with you.
Yeah.
The Force. Yeah, no, it is. It is just like everything in the original trilogy that came out of someone's mouth was usually fucking profound if it was about the Force. The single best line about anything involving Jedi and the Force for me was luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. And I love the fact that I think Warren, you and me have talked about this, that in the original trilogy, once Yoda dropped the crazy old man act, he started talking forwards.
Yeah, he talked mostly normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when they brought him back for the prequels, Frank Oz was like, hey, I'm just going to talk crazy so I don't have to act, okay? So.
Yeah.
And it was all very... Well, I can't talk about it.
We're not going into that.
Yeah. That's like a whole therapy session.
Yeah.
I am really happy about J.J. Abrams, though, getting the new ones.
Yeah.
The new one.
Tentatively hopeful. Did you see that poster somebody did that's not real but is of everybody at their current age?
Oh, God. No, I haven't. That must be terrifying.
Well, actually, it looks pretty good.
Okay.
Mark Hamill's starting to look like Will Shatner.
He is. He's
They're
starting
both getting that sort of
He looks like...
egg-headed shape.
He looks like...
Wrinkles just sort of butt-mapped on top.
Yeah.
We're never getting a celebrity guest.
No, we'll get somebody.
Sure, yeah.
Speaking of things to be sorry about,
Nice segue.
not really, but have you heard of this game Dive Kick?
No.
No.
Apparently, it's I'm like
sorry,
way to breach a topic.
I'm before this wave, but it is apparently it was started as a parody, but is now actually being made. A couple of fighting game aficionados were tired of how complex fighting games are getting, so they made a game that uses 2 buttons: dive and kick. You don't move at all forward, but you can jump and do a dive kick. That's it.
Wow.
Can you kick from the ground as well?
Or is it just diving and kicking? I like that sword fighting game you showed us. The fencing game? You know? Where you can throw your sword. It looked like
2-bit, 4-bit?
the Atari.
It was not 8-bit, was it?
No, it was like an Atari looking game because it was like little pixelated stick figures with sticks for swords and they could throw them at each other. Mm-hmm. And you had to reach the other side.
I think what made that game exciting was the $500 prize at the end.
Yeah, they were doing
what made that game exciting was all the college guys watching it, and you get eaten by the dragon, quote unquote, at the end. And it just looked
that
like
was suspiciously shaped like a giant pink dildo.
It was shaped like a giant penis with a mouth that came down and ate you. And as they got near the end, somebody would yell, "Eat that dick," or "Get that dick, get that dick."
Is that dive and kick?
Yeah,
and one guy,
Dive and Kick.
One guy's name is Dive, one guy's name is Kick. And there's...
Select your gem. Blue, yellow, or paid.
Paid for Graylin.
Yeah.
Today's Rorschach
A tip
on
from
my Tumblr.
Uncle Sensei. The best character of the game is wearing a trench coat. Neither of them are wearing a trench coat.
Did he just say
It's a dead blah, blah, blah.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
What we are watching are 2
Guys,
horrible sprites jumping and dive kicking.
Yeah, search YouTube for Dive Kick. You'll find it.
This is hilarious. Oh no. One of them's down.
And the kick does 1,000,000 points of damage.
So if you,
And each character only has 1,000 health points. So it is an instant kill.
I love that the power meter
Dang it.
is a high top sneaker.
Yeah.
This is...
Yeah, which fills by jumping and kicking.
Did you say kick a throat?
The other guy said damn.
I can't tell if
You know what
it's
this...
racist or not.
Yeah.
You know what this makes me miss?
What?
The Wu-Tang fighting game.
Yeah.
That was like the best terrible game ever.
I don't know. Environ Bear is pretty fun.
Enviro Bear is awesome. Because you've got that one long arm, you're driving the car, and you have to get fish and berries.
It's a best of 5
Yeah, you can stop that.
tournament. But if if you're undefeated by the 4th round...
This is Mike talking.
Yeah.
It's okay. I think they'll...
It's a bet if you're undefeated by the 4th round, there is a poser alert or something like that that basically says the loser, I guess for tournaments or something, the loser is a poser because he can't win one round.
What a fantastic idea for a game. I'm not sure
But they
if I'm
are
being
actually
sarcastic or not.
Well, they are, but like I said, it was first done, like many things nowadays, it was first done as a joke, but it's now becoming an actual game.
Because
with, of course, the requisite Kickstarter.
Oh, yeah.
Is it a dive Kickstarter?
Probably.
I'll be here all week.
So, yeah, speaking of Kickstarters and games and stuff, there's a bunch of them coming out I'm very excited about.
Like?
Shadowrun.
Oh, yeah. The only reason I get miffed about Shadowrun is because people keep telling me I ripped it off with Aaron Apprentice.
I guess because of the magic and technology. Or
yeah.
And also...
You don't have any cyberpunk people.
No, and people still tell me that I stole Coda's World from 8-Bit Theater.
No.
Because there was a pirate ship.
But let's see what else is coming out. Wasteland 2.
Wasteland 2. Teenage Wasteland.
Yeah. Teenage Wastelander. A sequel to Planescape Torment. I think there's like another Baldur's Gate coming out. And these are all like 3/4 top-down.
Mm-hmm.
Like Fallout 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So... And they should be out this year, so we're definitely going to party like it's 1996. Well, Wasteland was like really old.
Yeah, Wasteland's before my time.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like one of the things that inspired Fallout?
Yes.
Or am I...
Yeah. What in it? Was it text-based?
No.
See, I don't even know.
No, it wasn't text-based.
It's in that realm of Zork and all that stuff. For me.
I played Zork in the 3rd grade.
I saw a box and it looked cheesy as shit.
Yeah.
To a 12-year-old. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
I never played Zork.
I did.
I played Myst like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
Played Hitchhiker's Guide.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Played Leather Goddess of Phobos. Which
Oh,
I shouldn't
God.
have
That
it.
was terrible.
I'm going to lose
played-
followers for that comment about Zork.
Yeah.
Well, Leather
Oh,
Goddess
Zork.
was... Well...
That was a text-based game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you had to you chose your gender by picking which toilet to use.
Yeah.
Men's room or women's room.
Yeah. But the point of the game was to... Basically, it was an adventure, and you kept trying to have sex, and every time, right before... You would... Like, the only one I can remember was, like, found some princess, start getting nasty with her, and then she turns into a frog or something.
Did you get nasty with the frog?
No.
Okay.
Or something like that. It's been,
Yeah, what do you think this
20
is?
years.
Digital Underground songs or something?
Yeah, pretty much. So
God, it's been 20 years, Kevin.
Hey, God.
I used to play Leisure Suit Larry games.
I remember you playing Leisure Suit Larry games.
I only had one, but I had friends who had other ones.
You know what was funny? We're talking about these old ones.
Was the first one the one that had like the questions you had to answer?
I don't think
Like
I
how many
like,
calories are in a beer? To play the game, that was the age check. Was you had to answer questions that only people over 18 would know.
Yeah.
Like how many calories were in a beer?
Before there was the, ubiquitous internet to Google answers on.
Or the 6-pack by the fridge.
I don't even know how many calories are in a beer.
Wouldn't it
drink 'em,
vary
we don't read 'em.
depending on what beer it is?
The rough estimate's about 160, 180.
Wow.
And I only know that because I tried
Leisure
answering that
Suit Larry.
repeatedly until I got it right. And then every time I would load the game up, I would be like, it's not the beer question. Close, reopen.
So you got the question to ask
Came out.
questions like, what's an amortized mortgage?
I don't know what that
I don't know what that is.
That's adults. That's different than age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's adults, not grown-ups. The Telltale Games has kind of picked back up on like the point-and-click adventure sort of thing, like Monkey Island, and they did the Back to the Future game, and I got the first one is free on the PlayStation Network right now. Mm-hmm. It's like a drug dealer. First taste is free, next you got to pay.
Exactly.
But it's fun.
And the first one's really good. And the
Yeah.
next one sucks.
Yeah.
No,
You can
I heard
never
the second
expect-
one's good too, but I mean, they got Christopher Lloyd back as Doc.
Nice.
Some kid of Hispanic origin. He sounds exactly like Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
And then they get Michael J. Fox back as one of his ancestors later in the
Just
game.
Voice himself.
Because he's got that, Parkinson's?
Oh, yeah. Hitler had that.
What?
Thank you for linking Michael J. Fox to Hitler on our very first podcast.
Thank you, Godwin.
Well, I mean, I had to go through Kevin Bacon to get there.
Oh, God. I don't even know how that would work. You get out of the way, Kevin Bacon, or I'm coming right through you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Togruta porn on this Star Wars tag on Tumblr.
What porn?
Those are the
people with the horns and the tentacles that come down.
Oh, yeah.
Like a Ahsoka or whatever the name is.
Yeah. The guy who opened the door for,
I'm trying to find that.
what's his name? Jabba the Hutt.
No,
that's a Twi'lek.
That's Twi'leks.
Twi'leks. Yeah. No, these
the orange
are
people.
That's
orange
Twi'leks.
with horns and.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know if I'd call them horns, but they're like...
No, they said in the things I've read that the
Well, they look
They're
just
hollow
like...
sticking up.
horns.
huh?
They say they're hollow horns, I think.
They
Yeah.
looked like, just like the things that come
Yeah,
down here,
but
too.
the ones going up are rigid and the ones coming down are tentacly. I don't know, man. I read about it.
I don't know. Dykstra?
One's for attracting a mate, the other is for mating with the mate.
Well, I suddenly don't feel as awkward.
Yeah. There's a first.
It jumps on your face.
Speaking of jumping on your face, so they're starting to ship the Oculus Rift dev kits this week. The
Okay.
head-mounted
Can you say that in
VR
English?
display.
Yeah.
Can you use words we
So-
can understand?
That's the VR head thing, right?
Yeah.
Virtual Boy.
The thing that
Yeah,
Carmack was
full-
talking about?
Yeah.
Yes, the full color Virtual Boy. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
That I'm excited for it because
Low latency.
I'll probably end up.
I've
getting
wanted a
nauseous.
head-mounted display for ages. In fact,
I remember when you
bought,
had one.
Yeah, I bought
You had a really
in the early days of
You did.
eBay. I bought one off eBay. It was something like 540 resolution or something like that per eye. It was really grainy as hell.
Well, you put it together, it's
And I
1080.
And I could never get it to work like stereoscopically.
Mm-hmm.
I could like plug like composite in for my PlayStation in, and it worked. But I could never get the stereoscopic to work or the head tracking.
Yeah.
So I could never actually use it as a VR headset, and I ended up selling it. But I remember it was like $500 back in late 90s.
Yeah.
And this one's going to be, they're targeting for about, the dev kit is $300.
That's
build
the
yourself.
dev kit.
Well, no,
build
that's
it yourself or what?
Well, that's the dev kit. That's just
So you can make software for it?
yeah,
Oh, right.
yeah. It's not a build yourself
Software
In fact, it's a very
The SDK.
polished looking. Yeah, well, yeah, it gives you that they have
So you
access
call
to
it
the
the
SDK.
In the biz.
The SDK is the
Oh, I know
software
that
side
real
of it.
biz.
But so far, just about every game developer worth their salt has said, hey, we want to support this.
Ah, so EA's on board.
Oh,
Well,
great.
no, they're a publisher,
Okay.
but like there's the Unreal Engine guys are gonna have support for it. Of course, Valve is Unity Engine, Hawken. You never seen the mech fighting game Hawken?
Oh, yeah, that's that one you've been showing us stuff from. That's
Yeah. So
Oh,
it's
God, that's
it's like a free to play like Mech Warrior style game. It's only the second actual game that they've shown off being able to use it in, but they're like looking around the cockpit, independently of the movement of the mech. So you could like look down in the cockpit and see.
I'm not wearing pants.
Yeah.
Hey, look, my junk! Cole's
And,
name will always be Kevin doesn't know I'm not wearing any pants.
Well, that's pretty neat.
Yeah,
Played
I'm not.
Battletech online for like an hour. Well, I mean, it was fun, but it's almost out of beta, so it's being flooded by
What are you talking about?
the Battlefield, not
Battletech.
Battletech
Oh.
game. So, but right now it's being flooded by Call of Duty people.
You said duty.
I did. So you get in there and you're like, all right, I'm in my mech, I'm going to power up, and then it's a haha, headshot. You die, noob. Blah, blah, blah.
Now, explain what we're looking at.
Well, that's the ones in the background are the prototypes, but the one in
Black
the front,
rectangles.
yeah,
It is black
you're,
rectangles.
And that's actually bigger than the retail version's going to be. They're using like a 7-inch, not 7-inch.
How much is it going to weigh? Wondering.
Well, right now they
About
say it's a
30
little,
pounds.
it's heavy. It's a little heavier than the retail because they had to use a bigger panel because of supply issues. But that's just the development kit. I mean, you can buy the development kit. It's not like closed. You can go to their website and plunk down $300 and get a dev kit. You can't really do much with it because so far the only things are Team Fortress 2. You can get the VR Team Fortress 2 right now.
Hey, does it come with hats for
That's
Team
probably
Fortress
the
2?
newest hat.
Okay,
that is. Well, it is funny though.
God.
In like the display for it, they showed a little statue of a heavy wearing the Rift, but the retail version will actually have the same resolution, just a smaller panel, so it'll be lighter. Mm-hmm. They actually say they have a lot more in store as far as the optics go for the retail that they can't talk about right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask this. As some of you may know if you're listening to this, I'm a web cartoonist. I don't read a lot of web comics.
This is Kevin speaking.
I'm just going to do that. This is Warren speaking. No,
Still Kevin.
I do web comics. I don't read that many. I read questionable content, Sinfest, and sometimes I'll check out sequential art.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, you probably don't want to. And Oglyph.
Yeah, on Sundays, yeah.
Yeah. Oglyph is like... Is it just me, or is it just like really inappropriate that updates on Sundays? But I was curious what you guys read. Paul, what are the ones you check on a semi-regular basis?
Well, every day when I go to work, I have a ritual. I go upstairs, I get my tea, I come back downstairs. I read questionable content, Misfile. So what comes after that?
So you read Misfile. Huh?
Yeah.
What the hell is Misfile?
It's the one I showed you with the guy that does... all his stuff is in pencils, but his inking is terrible on that other...
Oh, that guy. Okay,
yeah.
I know who you're
I like
talking
the story.
about.
So after that, it's... I think Saturday morning breakfast cereal, XKCD, Cyanide and Happiness.
you do a lot of web comics.
Yeah, on Mondays, I get updates from Awkward Zombie, which is good. And then there's this one, like, 3-panel webcomic that's all about being a freelance graphic artist, which I find...
You sent me... A kit found that one time. I think I've seen it before.
Yeah, it's really good. Then, let's see, what else? Blaster Nation.
I just started reading that.
Yeah. And Rock Cox, which is their other project. Which I only read at home because it's...
You're still doing your list?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I generally kill like an hour and a half at work when I first get there.
I really only do about an hour's worth of work a day.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see, what else? Spinneret I got into recently, which is pretty good. There's like 2 or 3 other ones, but I can't think of all of them right now.
I'm going to give you...
Oh, wait. Was that two guys and guy? And, it's that other one. It's the one, League of Redundant Superheroes.
I like the title.
Yeah.
It's like... It sounds like one of Barry Super's games.
It pretty much is. There's, the team consists of, Good Girl, who was in a Catholic school, and she was all nice, but they sent a priest in to exorcise this one bad girl, but he ended up exorcising her instead, so she got superpowers.
By being super good?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she became super better. And then there's Buckaress, who's a girl, and she's just scantily clad.
Okay, that's her power.
That's her only power. And then there's Laser Pony.
That is a power.
Yeah,
Laser Pony.
Laser Pony. He's blind because he shoots lasers from his eyes. And he actually got healed in one of the panels and then shot his lasers again and was blind again. But he's part of a group of people who have similar powers, and they're all over the galaxy and each protect a planet, like the Galantern Corps.
Uh-huh.
But they all call themselves Laser Stallion, but he didn't know that was an option.
So he's Laser Pony.
Yeah, and he's got a head thing so people can aim him, and he's got a saddle on his back.
Oh god, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and he lives in
And what's the name of this again?
the League of
Redundant Superheroes. Mike, please write that down.
Yeah, He lives underneath the house in a dirt hole right above, basically, their version of Batman. Let's see, the supervillains are this one girl who is just incredibly hot. That's her whole superpower. She's Distractorella. Her outfit is just body paint.
Okay.
There's a guy who can manipulate cats. He just makes cats float. That's his superpower. So he duct tapes bombs to cats and floats them in flames.
I'm making that face that Gymnast made.
Yeah. And then what's the other guy? Oh, Idiot Savant.
Do you read that one shitty one here,
Handicap
Apprentice?
challenged,
Oh yeah, I read that one
especially
too.
able.
That one sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Differently
terrible.
able.
That mailbox rockets, they're awful.
I know. I can't wait for Mailbox Rocket Ship to be on a boat.
There's never going to be a boat in Mailbox Rocket.
You should do a webcomic about our GURPS character, Super's character.
I am never, ever doing a comic about Business Mantis, Lard Bullet, and Bukkake Ninja.
You should.
And the
Wiener
Bastard of Justice
Wiener
and
Boy.
Wiener Boy.
Okay, did Bukkake Ninja surf on a matter stream of
No,
No, that was Wiener Boy.
Wiener Boy served on a matter stream of wieners, ketchup, and mustard.
Yeah.
Bukkake Ninja just could lethally
love
ejaculate.
Yeah. And he did. He.
Blasted the head off of the villain.
Yeah.
That was awful. What webcomics do you
I'm
read?
blowing in a cat's
I read questionable content, misfile, something positive, which Kevin hates,
No, well, wait,
with
no.
a passion.
Hey, let me explain something. When I met that guy in a forum, and I said, "Hey, are you on the Something Awful forums?" No. Why do people keep asking me that? And I'm like,
Something positive, something awful.
And I was like, yeah, also, I got a lot of friends that are fans of your comic. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you like it. And I was too polite to go, I didn't say nothing about me, motherfucker.
That was not contained in the statement that I made.
I
And,
believe you misread that post.
and Oglyph. That's
Oglyph,
all.
Yeah.
Warren, do you read any? Oh, Mike? Yes?
There's another one.
You
I
have
can't
5
remember the name
seconds.
of. I can't remember.
4,
the name of it.
3,
Johnny Wander, I
2.
think.
Okay. So, Warren, webcomics?
Read any?
Whatever people email me and whatever shows up in my Tumblr stream.
So in other
So
words,
you're
nothing
reading-
regularly.
Well, I read some girl that does a comic. I don't remember what it's called, but she's always wearing a striped shirt and her hair's always messy. And she's always got some crush on some random guy.
Never heard of that.
It's on Tumblr. It's entertaining.
Retumble it sometime so I can see it.
But, XKCD, SMBC.
Yeah, Saturday morning breakfast cereal.
I read those in...
Spurts.
I read those when someone posts it. This is Warren talking.
Yeah.
This is Warren gesturing.
Yeah. Vividly.
I like Garfield without Garfield.
Yeah,
Garfield minus Garfield.
I was following that on Tumblr, and then I realized, it's just... I don't need to read this when I'm depressed, because I am John in those comics when I'm depressed, where it just walks, I should have some soup, and then walks off.
Yeah.
It's- Actually, my favorite, I like the one better where it's not Garfield minus Garfield, but they replace Garfield with, a normal cat.
Take all the Garfield word balloons away.
Yeah, they
So
take...
it's just John talking to his cat.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not wearing underwear, and runs off, and the cat's just sitting there.
Yeah.
It's a lot it's less depressing and more creepy.
Yeah.
John talking to himself, creepy. John talking to his non-sentient cat, funny. So an interesting article here I came across is on this website. I've never been to this website before, but Read Write Mobiles. I got it off Slashdot. It's a
You're full of crap,
editorial
Mike.
saying the iPhone killed my creativity. And it's made a lot of sense for me because I know the internet at least does this for me. And my most creative spurt was when I lived in an apartment without it. I couldn't afford internet. And I actually did a lot of writing then. But he's basically talking about he or she, I'm not sure.
This person.
But saying that, all their free time is being taken up by their smartphone.
I don't have
Thoughts
that
on that?
I don't have that problem.
I have that problem with the internet.
I get distracted sometimes, but I usually manage to pull out of it and do my stuff.
I don't know how we pooped before smartphones. I don't remember what we used to do.
Angry Birds seems specially designed to relax everything. Just watching that bird fly across the screen.
Yeah, but that boredom is a prime. Boredom's a prime motivator in creativity.
Or reading.
And with ubiquitous access to content, you're never bored.
I completely disagree with this. Let me pull up my smartphone and post about that on the internet. No,
I get it, but I'd be kind of screwed without the internet for.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I need it.
But I'm just saying,
my stuff
the smartphone though allows you to be 24/7 connected to the internet.
Maybe we should all talk in different accents.
Well, the bad thing is we'll all do really bad Scottish accents, and it just won't help.
We could just do, okay, you do a really bad Scottish accent. Mike, talk like
Vinny from Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lauren, you get to have a high-pitched voice.
Although, I was watching a video of a panel from PAX, which just happened last weekend.
Yeah.
And they were talking about game rules, basically. And one of the things that came up was they were trying to think of the most retarded rule set to try to go in cold on. They brought up Arkham Horror.
Well, I think our problem with Arkham Horror was the fact that Paul was reading the rules.
Do you still have that?
Really wanted to play. Yes, I do.
I ought to take it sometime and try to understand.
Yeah, we should try to play it on the podcast.
Now that we've spent 2 hours punching out all the little game pieces.
Has anybody got anything in particular they would like to plug or talk about of their personal stuff in the next 8 minutes?
Been playing Fallout 3.
I've been playing Skyrim.
Yeah, I saw that pop up, I think.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I was like,
it turns out you have to edit the INI file if you're playing on Windows 7 to force it to only use 2 cores from your processor.
Oh, yeah, I already made that I fixed that already.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that. I was just like, why does it crash every 2 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So I had to look it up, and I was like, oh, okay, and now I'm back to it.
I think they would have patched that by now.
No,
Nope.
Bethesda says they're not going to patch it,
Because they're assholes, I guess.
basically.
Well, like Bioshock, the first time I downloaded the first Bioshock, it just didn't work. It just, you'd load it up and it didn't have sound and it would crash after 5 minutes. I got a whole new computer with all new hardware and a new operating system, and it still did the exact same thing. And I'm like, that means this is a consistent bug.
Yeah.
That they're just not going to fix. I mean, obviously they're not going to fix it. It's 5 years old now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Skyrim, the only thing I got to say about my current game of Skyrim is fuck the dwarves. Screw them for leaving all those robots. So, Mike?
But
You got anything you want to plug or talk about?
no,
Yeah, put that bastard on the spot. Look at him stammer.
to plug something, I'd have to have my own projects
You
going.
need to get some projects going. You're a good writer. Freaking right.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I mean, all of my projects are just graphic design based stuff.
Yeah, you need to update Tales of 6 Foot Midget more.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of stories and stuff, but that would be for another website.
Well, all I've got to really plug is
your comics.
everything that I do. I'm like, out of the 4 of us right now, I'm the most prolific out of all of us. I got 2 web comics, I got blogs, vlogs, 2 podcasts now, and
Well, yeah, on the internet you
you
are.
do indeed do a lot of shit.
I do a lot of shit.
I mean, I can plug my Tumblrs. Caleb's at Caleb's-smexes.tumblr.com.
And what does Smexis mean?
It's a
Sexy nexus.
portmanteau of the words sexy, smart, and nexus.
And if you just want to keep up with my stuff quickly and not go to all my sites like olddyingkitty.com/Aaron_apprentice, you can follow my Tumblr, which I believe is everywincomics.tumblr.com. And I usually post the podcasts and vlogs there as well, so that would be a good thing.
I'm the only Master Jibo on the internet.
I found another Jibo.
Yeah, there's a couple of Jibos.
But no Master Jibo.
No. Yep, I'm the only one on the internet.
I'm really looking forward to getting you back in the comic, by the way.
I don't know why, but there's like a billion Mike NLNs.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck, man. I came up with that just because I couldn't think of a last name for your character.
I came up with that.
Oh, you did? Wait, did you?
Well, because you wanted a name for the comic character, and I didn't want to use my old handle.
We're talking about Kevin's original webcomic, Coda's World.
Which is one of the worst things ever wrought by man.
It was a massive learning experience.
Yeah, it was seriously like 930-something pages.
That's like a Stephen King novel.
It is like a Stephen King novel. The fun part, though, is that if you go back through and you cut out all the crap, there's some decent stories, but I found one page, I was like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, I said fuck 7 times in one page. Wow!
Angst.
That's when it was on the boat.
Angst. Oh, God, yeah. You know what? I did that boat story in Aaron Apprentice thinking about you and Scott the whole time, talking about, well, I'm glad you're off that boat.
Yeah.
And I had that one planned, so it would only be that one issue.
Yeah.
And not like 9 months on a boat.
It was like 2.5 months.
No, it was longer than that.
It was longer than that.
It was seriously like 5 or 6 months. On a boat, motherfucker, don't you ever.
Well, I mean, boats are slow.
Never forget.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was terrible, and I'll never do that again. Well, I guess that about wraps it up for this one. We'll do this again in... I'm sorry, we had lentils. 2 to 4 weeks.
Theme song.
That's not the theme song. Theme song something.
No, that's copyrighted.
Is it? No. I hope not. Who gets a royalty every time that happens?
Well, if it's more than 75 years old, nobody.
Yeah.
So what does that mean if you sing Happy Birthday?
Yeah, Happy Birthday.
In under 20 seconds, you don't have to pay royalties?
Well, it is under 20 seconds.
No, it's not.
I think so.
No, it's not. And it's copyrighted. That's why they don't use it in television and films anymore.
And that's definitely why they don't use it in restaurants most of the time.
Well, that's about it. We'll be back in 2 to 4 weeks. And we'll be just as disorganized then as we are now.
Indeed.
Probably so.
So, say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
I knew that was coming.
Okay, I gotta smoke.
This has been the SMAGcast. Theme music is Plaisir de Mort from Purple Planet Royalty Free Music.